Hello, fellow patriots, and welcome to Red, Rights, and You. I'm Tim Andrews, and I'd like to invite you into the Joy and Good Vibes bonus edition. You know, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are using this moniker to describe their campaign, Joy and Good Vibes. But in reality, there is nearly nothing resembling the former Democratic Party other than the name when it comes to the progressive radical communist movement they've become. Still, there is one notable exception. They are still, to this day, just like the old days, full of empty, optimistic slogans and promises that will never be kept. The Democratic Party has always talked the big talk and the big game, but has never walked the walk. What makes things worse now is that these phony feel-good slogans are all they have. It has become a party of facts, reason, and a proven track record with the conservatives versus the party of chaos and failure, which exists on feelings and fake optimism, despite the disaster that they've orchestrated for the past 3.5+ years. Still, I am all for the party of joy and good vibes, but I firmly believe that is the conservative MAGA based party, right? Not on conjecture or falsehoods, but instead on fulfilled promises and proven results. Please allow me to provide some examples. We felt good vibes when we were able to fill our gas tank with $20 instead of wondering if it would get us back and forth to work on that day. It was joyful when groceries were affordable and we could actually see the smiles on our kids' faces when we bought them a treat at the checkout instead of deciding what we need to take out of the cart and having to skimp on meals. Good vibes abounded when the borders were secured, ICE was cracking down on illegals and gang activity, and there was low crime. Our kids could actually walk or ride their bicycles around the block without constant worry of being approached by an illegal immigrant selling fentanyl, or even worse, dragging them into an alley to rape, torture, and kill them. I was full of joy knowing that there was peace in the Middle East. We were in no wars, and our servicemen and women were safe with no lives lost under Trump's watch. Terrorism was struck a blow when President Trump destroyed the ISIS caliphate and killed Soleimani, their leader. It gave us good vibes when President Trump provided $35 million in grants for shelters and human trafficking victims, as opposed to now with unsecure borders providing an open invitation for human traffickers to have their way, moving immigrants across the border, and also, even worse, they prey on thousands of unsupervised children who they force into the sex trade. It was joyful witnessing a robust economy with 1.9% inflation, soaring 401ks, stock market profits, lower taxes across the board, a vibrant job market, a strong US dollar, and low rents and interest rates so that young drivers could afford cars and couples could afford to pay rent and save for and then purchase a piece of the American dream by actually owning their own home. Due to the Biden-Harris disaster, that American dream has been replaced by the current economic nightmare. I had a real good vibe happening knowing that we had a secure oil reserve and had leverage with our foreign adversaries. We backed out of the Iran nuclear deal, leaving them virtually broke and ineffective, instead of sending them plane loads of cash, which they then used to sponsor terrorism and fund war and unrest in the Middle East. I felt safer knowing that as an additional deterrent, President Trump rebuilt the United States military with over $2.2 trillion in defense spending. It was joyful knowing that despite the accusations for being abrasive, abusive, racist, and a bigot, he secured permanent funding for historically black colleges, launched a mission to decriminalize homosexuality where it is punishable by death, passed a right to try bill so that terminally ill patients could use experimental drugs and procedures not yet approved by the FDA in a last-ditch effort to save their lives. He also provided pathways for inmates to rehabilitate and get a second chance to contribute to society. And did I mention the good vibes I got when I heard he forfeited his salary and donated it all to worthy causes? So thanks, but no thanks on your joy and good vibes promises, Kamala. As for us, the joy and good vibes will start again only after President Trump has taken his rightful place in the White House again. Thank you all for joining us again on this special edition of Red Rights and You. May we all have the joy and good vibes we had before this administration took over and we had President Trump. Let's hope we can get him elected again in November. And until then, God bless you all and God bless America. Tell your friends, join us again. Take care of yourselves.